So as we can see, so this basically all means. Now from this, so we have a duality within each being. Being can only be described in terms of two separate things, which is the relating of the thing to the things that come into contact with it, and it's basically the relationship with itself, which is to say that it is actually different from the things to which it relates. Which is to say, even by its relating to something, it does not become equal. It actually resists the thing to which it relates by relating to it. And here we can see how this works in the animal, or certainly also the human realm, is that we basically relate to ourselves in terms of how well we stand out versus others. It does not necessarily have to mean to bring others down, but in most cases we increase our self-valuing, our feeling of strength and of happiness and of self-respect, self-regard, our feeling of stability. All of this is self-valuing. Existence, our proper existence, we strengthen it by relating in such a way to other beings so as to be positive for ourselves. And whether or not we hold the model of altruism, which says that if we value others, this is better for ourselves or not, always the end answer is that we stand out positively in terms of it. And to drive it a little bit into the extreme, this also means that we can relate to ourselves very well by giving up our life, for example. It is very tempting sometimes to sacrifice oneself for a greater cause, but of course not, because in this way we stand existentially, like objectively almost, in a better light, right? We are forever embedded in the success of the thing for which we have sacrificed. So even dying can be a way of feeling good about oneself, of self-valuing, of standing out positively in terms of the rest, which is also a means of solidifying one's existence, strangely. But this is why people die in battle, gloriously for battle. Heaven would be a metaphor, in this sense, for the eternalized consequences of one's noble self-sacrifice. But the main point to consider is that in every form of relationship, we are choosing our field of relating, estimating in which way of relating we would come out on top, most likely. So we choose a profession in which we are likely to succeed, which is a value standard. We choose to value ourselves in terms of this or this or this field of profession. We choose friendships with people who like us, basically, normally. Well, we pick those fights which we think we might possibly win. But in the same way, this is just a continuing evolved tendency of the universe, wherein, so this is what I'm saying when we first need to establish the quality before we can establish the quantity. So we need to establish the value set before we can establish the power that we're holding within, that is being held. So, but this choosing of the value is set is, of course, also a willing to power. It is the primal decision to make. The first act within willing to power is selecting the field of power. And the selecting is invisible to every philosophy and every science. This is something that man is just not, really